Hi, I'm Mrs. Reed, and I teach math and physics at Shawnee Mission South High School. I attended Shawnee Mission Schools K through 12, and I went to KU. Since leaving KU, I've been to many places and had many experiences, but I was excited to land at South in 2014. I've been teaching math for many years, and in 2017, I started teaching physics, and I love the energy that happens when students are engaged in learning new things. A little bit about myself. I have a husband and a son, and we love to go on adventures. I enjoy being outdoors, walking my dog, and occasionally biking. I enjoy learning new things, and I'm excited to finally start this school year. Most of us have been very anxious about this for 6 months, and I'm glad to finally get to meet my students and get started on whatever adventures that this school year is going to bring. Hello, and welcome to the 2020-2021 school year. This has been an unusual start to a school year. By far the most unusual that I have experienced. So let's go ahead and get started. I can tell you a little bit about what we're going to do in Integrated 1 classes. So of course everything this year is supposed to be on Canvas, and I am sticking to that as much as I can. I know it is convenient for students to have one place that they can go to and always go to that same place and know what the assignments are, so I'm trying to stick to that. That being said, there are a couple of websites that we are using that don't integrate well with Canvas, and so we're right now in the first couple of weeks of school, we've been learning how to use those websites and how to access them, and the students so far are doing a very good job. The way I do the class is I do most of the direct instruction through videos. So I will use edpuzzle.com for my videos. It is a video sharing platform very similar to YouTube. However, it is designed for educators. And so it allows me to put in some questions along the way, some comprehension type questions to make sure that they are on track. It also allows me to track who's watching it and who's not. And so I can see, if people are up to date where they need to be, Edpuzzle allows me to do that. So that's a good resource for me, and also just in general for the education of the students, that they know that they are being held accountable. For homework, we are using a couple of different sites. One is called edsite.com. That basically what it has done is it allowed us to put some of our practice problems onto a digital format. So it's the same type of practice that we normally do. We've just got it digitally since we're not together in person. And another site that is a similar site is deltamath.com. Again, it allows us to pick and choose the problems that are really pertinent to what we are instructing for that unit. The way the class runs is I have the students typically do the video notes on their own, and then we come to class, we discuss the video. If there's questions about the video, we go over those, and then together we can work on the problems in class. I'm hoping to be able to have them work in some small groups, even though it's online, working in some smaller groups so they can work together and lean on each other to help them with some of the problems. As far as testing goes, I'm going to rely on more smaller and more frequent quizzes rather than larger unit tests. I think just being digital, the learning component of it is difficult on its own, and to try to test too much at one time, I'm just not sure that that's the best way. So we're going to go towards smaller and more frequent quizzes instead. This is just a little bit more information about me, so you can know a little bit about my background. Most of my background is in Kansas, as you can see. However, then we did take some time to do some traveling, and we'll get to that later on in another slide. And so here you can see a little bit more about me. This is what I was talking about. This is my son and my husband. This is on a trip, not this past summer, but the summer before that we were driving to Wyoming. And so it tells you a little bit about me here. We did live on a boat for a couple of years, and this is the 5th school where I have taught full-time. So I feel like I've got a pretty broad sense of the world and of education because of my background. Finally, please do contact me. As we are in the remote learning right now, the communication is important, and it's also just a little bit more complex. You just can't really always understand what someone is saying through a text message or through an email. And so I am open to email. Please feel free to contact me through email, but I'm also available on WebEx. That's the software that we're using with the students. So feel free to contact me through either of those medias, and we can have some communication while we need it. Finally, I just want to reiterate that this is really, like I said, it's been a challenging start to a school year, but I am typically not one to back away from challenges. And I have to tell you, working with the students that I'm working with this year has really given me joy. This Integrated Algebra 1 class is just a fun group. They are nice kids, they are good kids, and I know they want to do well. So I'm excited about this school year with them.